This shit doesn't work.
Hey John, what game you playing next?
Sonic 3D Blast.
See ya.
Sonic? In 3D? Truly, this must be a sight to behold. My god. An isometric 3D view, using a D-pad to control Sonic on a 3D plane. Flickies? Blast? Yeah, Sonic 3D Blast, a spin-off title released in 1996, which probably makes it the last Sonic-related game to be released on the Sega Genesis. Good god! What kind of render of Sonic is this? Well, he got possessed by Satan. Actually, I believe this is the cover that was used for the European and Japanese release. Back there, it's called Sonic 3D Flicky Island. Personally, I'm not sure which name I like better, but good lord, I mean, seriously!
In this game, Dr. Robotnik has invaded Flicky Island and kidnapped all of the Flickies. Yep, all 4 of them, and I'm convinced they're all the same ones actually, because they're all stupid enough to repeatedly get captured over and over and over again. As Sonic, it's up to you to destroy the badniks scattered throughout the levels, free the birds, and escort them to this giant ring. And that's all you do, repeatedly. Oh sure, there's a Robotnik boss battle at the end of each zone, but the entire game is nothing but you repeatedly rescuing birds over and over and over and over and over again!
Forget everything you know about the previous titles, the control scheme is completely different. Because of its isometric view, Sonic can jog in all 8 directions, and yes, I said jog because Sonic will never go fast enough in this game to actually run. Sonic can still jump like he normally does, and the spin dash has been given its own button, something we'll be seeing later in future 3D games. If you press the spin dash button while running, Sonic will roll into a ball, which is probably the best way to take out ground enemies because trying to jump on the fuckers usually ends up in frustration and ring loss. Power-ups are also back. You got the standard shield, ring boxes, speed shoes, invincibility, and extra lives. The elemental shields are nowhere to be seen except for the fire shield, which no longer allows Sonic to do the fire dash, instead it just protects him from fire elements. It's pretty damn essential for Volcano Valley if you don't want to pull your hair out.
The only new power-up in this game is the homing shield, which pressing the jump button in midair, Sonic will home in on the closest ground enemy and take it out. So, technically this is the first game to introduce what would later become the homing attack. If you ever get a hold of the shield, do yourself a favor and hold on to it! It'll make your life a whole lot easier.
It would have been a lot better if they just introduced the homing attack in this game, but no, it's a power-up. Alright, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't like this game at all. First off, the controls are terrible. Controlling Sonic can be incredibly clunky, and most of the time it feels like a complete chore to try and explore new areas. The isometric view can be very disorienting, which not only makes hitting enemies severely frustrating, but you're almost guaranteed to collide with something dangerous or get hit with projectiles. It also makes platforming extremely aggravating. There will be many times where you'll swear you made a jump correctly only to find out you were nowhere near close to it. Look at this, I fell through the goddamn platform, why? The level design and structure is also absolute ass. Look at this, it's a mess. Where the hell am I supposed to go? It also sucks that besides rescuing Flickies, there's nothing else to do in these levels. You can collect rings, that's fun, right? Or these Sonic icons, which I have absolutely no idea what they do. Or Tails? Knuckles?
Located in small hidden sections of the levels, you can find either Tails or Knuckles. If you have 50 rings when you collide with them, you'll be transported to a special stage, which are incredibly easy. Like previous games, there are 7 Chaos Emeralds to collect, but unlike the previous games, getting them all doesn't grant you Supersonic, which sucks. Big time. Instead, you'll need them in order to reach the final boss with Robotnik, which is particularly easy.
Graphically speaking, well, it's colorful, but that's all it's got going for it. The pre-rendered graphics just come off as sloppy and they don't mesh well with their environments at all. The only good thing about this game is, predictably, the music. It's a fantastic soundtrack, and some tracks would actually make a reappearance in Sonic Adventure. Diamond Dust Zone's music would actually reappear in Sonic Chronicles, but it sounds like total ass in that game. Now, in addition to being released on the Genesis, Sonic 3D Blast was also released for the Sega Saturn. Hey, we can finally test this thing out. Major props to my friend Russ for letting me borrow the game. Holy hell, this looks much better. If you have the Saturn analog pad, the controls are also much smoother. The audio presentation is also great, complete with CD quality music and more background effects like different weather conditions. The special stages are also fully 3D and more of a challenge. Yeah, it's more reminiscent of Sonic 2, which special stages I hate, but come on, this looks so much better than this. This actually isn't so bad. The game as a whole is still nowhere near as good as the main Sonic titles, but the Saturn version of this game, it's alright. If there was one thing I absolutely hate about this version though, is the load times. They're horrendous. Just about as bad as Sonic 06's. Or is Sonic 06's load times just as bad as Sonic 3D Blast? Whatever, the point is the load times are shit. So overall, if you're ever thinking of getting Sonic 3D Blast, get the Saturn version. Or the PC version if you can find that version, which is the same thing. The Genesis version is absolute crap compared to this one. But as a whole, the game itself just isn't as enjoyable as the main Sonic titles. The structure of the game is incredibly repetitive, there's little to no exploration allowed, and playing it can feel like a chore sometimes. The music's great, and that's to be expected from a Sonic title, but everything else is bleh. I'll give the Genesis version a 5.0 out of 10. The Saturn version gets a 6.5 out of 10. It would be a little higher if the load times weren't so horrendous. So many good Sonic games, so little time to play them. If only there was some way I could play them all at once, to maximize the awesomeness. I got it! Elliot!
Yes!
Bring me everything.
Everything?
Everything.
Everything?
Everything.
Everything?
Everything.
Okay.